and welcome to Dead Vision Entertainment. I'm Batgirljamie.
I'm Joshua Danger.
Hi guys. We got a contest going when we get 500 subscribers.
Saying that we're live on my end.
It takes a second for it to show up.
Okay.
We are live and we're having a contest. And it's when we get 500 subscribers, so please share our channel and tell people to subscribe. Our contest is one merch item from our web store, and all the details about our contest is in a video we made, so go watch that video if you want to know all the details.
Yep. Hold on,
He's sharing it, so I'm going to finish telling you guys some stuff that we need to tell you guys. Follow our Twitch. We're going live on Twitch every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Every Tuesday at 7
I might be going live on Dead Vision's Twitch at least once a week, possibly on Thursdays. So
you should go on your own Twitch.
Huh?
You should go on your own Twitch. We got enough minutes on ours. Yours hasn't hardly got any minutes on it.
That's okay, Jamie. Like I said, we're trying to focus on this.
But we're going to go live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So remember that. That's going to be our strict date. I did do a couple of Twitches a while back this week on mine. And I did a tribute to Van Halen. You guys, I want to see people move over to Twitch and start using it more. Actually, Twitch is not that hard to use on the mobile phone. If you're not doing gaming, you do not have to game on Twitch. There's a lot of podcasters on Twitch, and that's what we're going to be doing on there.
Yep.
Our last Twitch was about conspiracies, about theories, about Adventure Time. And then we went on to talk about other random stuff at the end to get more filler time.
Okay. So,
and don't forget to follow us on all social media. It's linked on our website. And we have playlists for things we bought. We have a list of We have a suggested products list of things that we bought. If you want to know like what computers and cameras and stuff we use, that's in an Amazon list of stuff we bought. We have our Twitch on there. We have our Pokemon Go codes in the below. I have my BoxyCharm and my Ipsy codes if you girls want to join it. What else do I have? We have all the links for things that we need on there. Our Discord too. So follow us on Discord so you can know when we go live and so you can talk to us. We go on there at least once a week and talk to people. Well, I do at least.
Yep. God, who was I going to send that? Oh, yeah. I have to send it to Evan. I forgot about him.
Yeah, so that's what we've been doing. And Joshua Danger, we're going to talk about we're going to do an episodic breakdown of the show Monsterland as soon as he's done sharing.
Monsterland.
We're on episode 3 and 4 tonight. Trippy.
Okay, so hopefully
that show's pretty trippy. Get a lot of what the fuck moments in this show. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So if you guys haven't watched this show, please
definitely go on Hulu and watch it.
But like I said, if you don't have Hulu and you really can't afford Hulu, you can always get your spoilers here with us.
Yeah, get your spoilers here if you can't watch it. But I definitely recommend watching it or getting Hulu if you don't have it. Hulu is awesome, and this is the Hulu original show that we're breaking down.
But okay, so basically, let's start with episode 3.
Hold on, let me pull up the name of the episode.
I don't even remember the name of it. Hold on. Yep. I want to say it was somewhere in Louisiana. I know that much.
It's this one's based in New Orleans. This one's called New Orleans, Louisiana, and it's explained. I got a little bit confused on it for a minute. I'm still that show left me confused.
Okay, so basically the whole plot thesis of this is basically the boogeyman is real and it lives in New Orleans.
Basically, It starts out with a woman and her kids and her new boyfriend that they moved in with.
Husband and stepdad.
They weren't married when that happened.
I thought they were because I thought they said
no, they had
something
just
about
moved in with him and they weren't married yet. Because I got that from the end of it. But they were at a parade in New Orleans and in the French Quarter, and they isn't right. The world isn't right since Annie spent an entire day stressed out. She can't stop worrying about losing sight of her son George. So then her son comes running to her, scared out of his mind, talking about some ghost, some monster. And the monster, the kid sees some guy playing a horn, some black guy playing a horn, and it scares the living bejesus out of him. So they take him to his stepdad, who's a doctor, to get him checked out.
Yeah. Which also there was the main character from the first episode was actually a side character in the show.
She shows up at the doctor's party for his award that he got. And then they find out that her boss was calling her a different name.
Yep.
Calling her Tony, which is her name for the first episode. That's the only little spot you see her in for that episode. You don't see her for any other episode so far, except for that one and the first one. And she's just like being a friend to the wife that has her son George. Okay. And then some guy comes in and starts ranting and raving, and they have to kick him out.
Yeah, which I thought that was interesting. And
then that later. What about later that? Hold on,
Jamie. Let me say what I was gonna say. Which that actually seemed like it actually had a political feeling to it, because of how everybody in the world's feeling right now. Well, I should say in the U.S. is right now, and I think this is pretty much a tie to everything that goes on with everything now. I
don't think it is, though.
But
what about
the whole story with it was basically this doctor basically said, "You touched my sister," and he's like, "I don't even know your sister," until he really figures out who his sister was, and found out that his sister was 11 or 12 years old or something like that.
I don't know, but then they go into they kick him out. Yeah, but after that they kick him out, and then it goes to where they're in bed at night, and the next morning they're seeing news flashings of a bunch of girls coming forth saying that doctor guy touched them.
Yeah, of course. But
and he's denying it.
I'm just like,
and he keeps denying it. She believes him.
But altogether, I'm not going to spoil the ending of this yet. But
we don't want to do that. Then they have to see a lawyer.
Major plot twist.
Then they have to see a lawyer.
Hey, what's up, Evan, bro? How you doing?
What's up?
Yeah, we're just sitting here talking about Hulu's original show, Monsterland.
So basically, after they see that newsflash and they're getting a lot of people, and then she's packing him up to go away. They were gonna go away, and that's when that morning she was packing him up to go away, and that's when she seen the news flashes and started freaking out.
Which, isn't it weird that the first episode had the one lady, Tony, running away from the problems that were facing her, and now you're facing this boogeyman type situation.
But they don't. Her son was always afraid of the boogeyman, a monster.
And everything's actually coming apart with this.
Yeah, but
the way it was.
So then she's left alone in her house and she gets a rock thrown through her window, and she starts freaking out and takes the rock and goes outside. And this, so I haven't been in YouTube in a while. Work has been all over the freaking place. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so then this guy throws a rock through the window. So she goes out there and she catches some guy playing the saxophone, and she goes up to him and says, I'm gonna call the police on you, and blah blah blah. And he tries then he lunges at her with his teeth and shows that he's a monster. And that's who we think is the boogeyman.
Yeah. Which I gotta say, that was a very, very interesting segment. The way it played out.
He takes that rock and bashes his head in and throws him in the basement, and then she's freaking out, calling her son, saying that something bad's happened, to come home. And then the boogeyman gets hidden.
Exactly.
Then the boogeyman's like gone, like disappears, and so she goes back in the house.
Yeah, everything's kind of coming apart little by little.
Coming apart little by little because her son comes home and finds her in the basement and takes her into the house. Exactly. And they go to bed. They go to bed, and in the morning, after she goes back in the house, a couple more of the windows get broken out because he's blowing the horn so loud.
Exactly. Which I think in the grand scheme of this show, I think everything ties in.
Yeah, and then she's
probably going to tie in next season.
Then her son goes to leave, and he tells her that he was molested by her husband too. That he didn't see no boogeyman, no monster. That it was him trying to tell her that he was being molested, and he tried to tell her that day at the parade that he was that he got molested by her husband, by her boyfriend or husband or whatever he was at the time, before when they first moved in. That he did that in a bathroom, and how that. But the freaky,
like I said, it seems like this show just.
There's twists and turns throughout. This episode has so many twists, plot twists. Then after her son gets mad at her son gets really mad at her and leaves, he goes back in the house, and that boogeyman starts playing the horn again. And she can't take it, so she takes a ice pick and stabs their ears out.
Which I gotta say, that was absolutely fucking.
That was freaking gross, if you ask me. Really gross. Then, what about the part after that where she ends up starting to hear him again and starts being under his control and goes and starts walking with him, and then a big bunch of people start following him from behind, and they become like a parade.
Exactly.
And then that was it. And then that was it. Open ending. Every episode in this leaves an open ending, and I don't like it.
I never complete the some story. Research on this show, and I guess it's based off of a book series from Nicholas something Bellingrad or something like that, and he's known for writing short stories. Oh, jeez. Yep, I know. But
that episode was trippy as freak.
Which I gotta say,
I said that was one of the best episodes so far.
I think episode 4 was actually a better episode.
After
it picked up a little bit.
After episode 4 at the beginning almost put me to sleep. I was struggling to stay awake. It was like a guy getting in trouble. It starts out with this bigwig guy getting in trouble. Okay, now we're gonna go into episode 4. There's this guy that gets into trouble for not telling him to shut down their oil rig, and it leaked oil into the ocean, the Gulf. You can start talking about it too.
Yeah, I know. But I'm actually looking up the research for. But this show is actually based off of a book series, and I'm trying to remember what book series it is. Um, that's what I'm actually looking up.
Okay, Monsterland
Oh,
episode
okay, yeah,
4 is
it's called
called
North American Lake Monsters.
Monsterland episode 1 is called New York, New York.
You mean episode 4? Okay, so
This episode is called New York, New York. It's all about a guy named Stanley Price.
Jamie, for a second. I'm actually going to tell you what this is all about. Monsterland is an American drama anthology horror streaming television series that was based off the book, the short story collection of North American Lake Monster stories by Nathan Ballingrud. Which, if you haven't read those books, I don't know how many books there are to that, but I'm guessing there are several.
I think it's one book that has a bunch of different stories in it.
Actually, they said they only got 8 episodes of this, so. But I don't know how many books are out there, but I'm actually kind of interested in seeing how the books are written, or the book is written, because I do want to read that, or at least what's that Audacity app? I at least want to Audacity that if I can find it. Because
Audacity.
Huh?
Audacity.
Or Audacity. What's the name of that program? That reads you the book. I know it starts with
You can probably go on Audible. You can probably go on Audible and buy the.
That's what I meant.
You might go on Audible and get a free trial and find it. Maybe.
That's what I meant.
So they spill like 4,000 gallons of oil into the Gulf Coast.
Yeah.
He was warned of the risk, but told them to continue it because they didn't want to lose a couple of zeros.
Exactly. So
that shows how greed goes in this world.
But that basically shows how politically driven this show really is.
Well, this episode is.
Because, well, I mean, in general, like,
he doesn't even act sorry or anything for his actions.
Of course he doesn't, because until he goes into that church and he starts talking to that kid, then he realizes that he kind of
haunted by what he's done. He starts getting haunted by what he's done. Yet he struggles to show real remorse. He's surrounded night and day by yes men and PR people, ready and willing to assist him in spreading the blame for the incident and help cover his tracks.
Exactly.
And then he starts going to church and praying for it, and then he steals. He steals a host.
Yeah.
After talking to a altar boy.
Yeah, I was actually kind of weirded out by that episode. Like, I was really, really paying attention.
Yeah, but then he's home. He starts coughing up feathers and blooded. Exactly. He has a party, some kind of party he's at.
Then he has this one dude that basically is a waiter. That just sits there and watches him.
Tells him
he's like, "What the hell's your problem, kid?" And he's like, "I'm just impressed by everything that you're doing, and how fucking wrong it is."
Yeah, and he tells him how he's going to hell.
And basically, but the thing about that was, you were actually starting to see the revelations unfold.
Yeah, that kid basically tells him he's going to hell for what he did.
Exactly.
Because he has no remorse for the bad decisions he made.
He's like, you're not gonna go to prison, which is impressive enough because you have enough money to where you're not gonna be able to worry about that problem. But he basically comes out and says, you know what? You're gonna burn in hell for this.
Well, people like
Basically having a Jesus moment.
People like that and their greed are gonna end up in hell anyways.
Exactly. But I kind of thought about that, and I was like, dude, you know what?
Makes sense.
I honestly thought there was going to be a second coming of Christ right in that episode. Which, don't get me wrong, the ending of that episode was absolutely.
He goes to the bathroom and pukes a bunch of crap up, feather and blood, and then he comes out possessed. Started talking like the devil.
Which he actually.
That's when he first starts showing signs of being possessed. Right, something evil.
He asked him, like, are you all right? Blah, 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 and all this shit. And basically, his assistant basically takes him. Well, actually, that's later in the episode. Not much later, but.
Yeah, but he was sitting there talking.
He finds out that basically he's like, dude, this guy is fucking turning.
Something bad.
And I was just like, dude, I had that fucking moment where I was like, dude, it's Lucifer. And I was like,
I don't know if it's Lucifer, but if it's not Lucifer, it's definitely a really bad demon.
But he actually said, I am Alpha and Omega. And he basically says, you know what? I am the morning star. So basically what he says is, I am Lucifer to a T.
Morning star. The morning star is Lucifer.
I know. That's what I just said. But I was just like, dude, you know what? I called that 100%. Then he's like, he's sitting there laughing at that medium, basically saying that no one can save
Where
this
did
guy.
the medium come in? You're missed the whole big section of the story. Then he goes home and he's got his assistant there, and his assistant dude brings in a medium to try to bring him back.
That's what I'm saying. But
you missed the whole part in between about him going home. You went from the party to a medium. You didn't tell him how he got to where he was getting to a medium.
Well, yeah, his assistant brought him home.
No, he goes home and he's freaking his wife.
Yeah. And things just go completely shit.
And he starts going in the bathroom and going crazy.
Getting sick and everything like that, which my bad on that. But that doesn't really matter, Jamie. Like, to tell the story, he starts getting sick again, but nothing happens right after that.
When the medium's there, his stomach's huge.
So his assistant basically says, I'm going to call somebody to help this situation. And come to find out, it's the medium.
Would they call her a truth seer? What'd they call her, though? They didn't call her a medium.
I don't remember what they call her, actually.
It wasn't a medium. She was something else.
Oh, I know she was. I know she was a reader.
Josh is his guy that helps him and brings the medium, or brings the person to help him.
What's up, Jason? Bro? Thanks for popping on, my dude.
Hello, Backwoods
Scratcher. That's my friend Jeffy's cousin right there. Jeffy G's
thanks
cousin.
for coming into our home. So he's
like I said.
He tells him, hey, that's not his real name. Try his real name.
And
I can't remember what his real name is. And she calls him by his real name, and he still can't get the demon out. And then he takes a pair of scissors and cuts his arm. I want to say it was something ransom, and I can't think of it. But then he takes a pair of scissors and slices his stomach.
Dude, that was absolutely dumb.
Then something starts rising in his stomach, and it pulls out. And it's some kind of weird bird-looking thing, and it just flies off.
It looks like a pelican, which, okay.
But it looks like almost looks like a skeleton. It almost looks like a skeleton.
It looks like a pelican covered in oil.
But then
actually, it looked like a pelican. Like it had the pelican look, but it was covered in oil. So basically, what you're seeing is what he caused himself.
So then that guy, his
And I was
assistant, goes home all freaked out, and then that was the end.
My question is, with the assistant,
there's no
is he
ending.
gay?
Yeah.
But I was going in there thinking like, I was kind of assuming that myself.
Well, that's it. They leave a very there's an open ending.
Also,
we don't know what happened with the thing that came out of him. We don't know if he lived through that.
That billionaire dude basically said, he's like, my father was a piece of shit. I'm a piece of shit. But I made more money than my father because my father was a stupid, inbred piece of shit. And I'm better than him.
Thanks for asking.
Not much, my brother. How you been?
But two people watching.
Altogether, I was gonna say, Jamie, what's your opinion on both these episodes?
Trippy as fuck. They're trippy.
Like, I was like,
they start out slow.
Honestly,
they start out slow and they become really trippy.
That's kind of my theme with this.
And you get to watch at the end of every episode. At the end of every episode, they leave you with a what the fuck? What the fuck?
Exactly. Like the first episode starts out with Tony leaving her kid at the diner.
No, that happened at the very end.
Yeah, that's what I mean. At the end of the episode 1,
it starts out with the girl and her kid being all crazy.
Yep.
And she can handle it.
And basically her saying, I give up. And basically her saying, I give up on this situation. I'm moving on. Screw you guys. Goodbye. What was episode 2? I can't even remember what episode 2 was now.
The ghost or the shadows.
Oh, yeah. And basically, that was screwed up right from the beginning. Altogether, that was screwed up from the beginning.
The kid was screwed up acting from the very beginning of the episode.
Because his mother was on a bunch of different drugs, and
their insurance stopped covering one of them.
Exactly. And basically,
don't forget to hit the subscribe button, guys.
But I'm more Boogeyman plays a massive effect in this show. Because if you think about what you saw with the shadow person there, that could be another Boogeyman type situation. But there's like a bunch of different side deals, which I'm kind of a weird fanatic of this, and I kind of want to see what happens next. Which, like I said, I think every Wednesday we're going to be doing an episode of this.
Well, we're going to be doing at least one. But don't forget our Twitch. Do you guys use Twitch? Go follow us on Twitch. Our Twitch is linked in the description of this video. And don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. That's linked on our website. There's a link on our website for that. And there's a link for our web store. And if you make sure you subscribe so you can help us get and share our channel and try to get us up to 500 subscribers so we can do our contest. I'll be personally purchasing one item from our store and sending it to you. Whoever wins the contest.
Just to let you guys know, if you guys have any recommendations for movies, music,
or TV shows you want us to do,
and TV shows or anything, like, we're gonna get to use all sometime within the next week or so.
Our next episode is probably going to be sometime in the next few days. I just got to watch the last Halloween Town movie because we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have a special guest on for that one. His friend Hannah wants to join us for that one, so I said she could.
Yep.
We just got to watch 4 movies. Have you seen them? Have you seen them before?
Yeah, I've seen the first 2, but I haven't seen the newest ones, the last 2.
Well, you just need to watch those.
But I'm like I said, me and
They're
Jamie,
really
we're gonna get to yours all real soon.
We have Disney Plus, Prime, Hulu, and Netflix, and Vudu.
Exactly. Which I might actually do a review of the entire.
I had a freaking good idea for me to do for this channel. Now I can't remember.
You know what I think would be a perfect. You know what I think would be a perfect thing for me to do on this channel is rank my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies from.
We have them all.
Worst to best. So I'm probably going to do that, and that's probably going to be coming this weekend. So I'm most likely I'm going to sit around here and just watch these by threes until I get them watched.
No, you got to watch the Halloween Town first.
Yeah, of course. But like I said, I want to get Nightmare on Elm Street done before Halloween. So then I'm going to end up doing, like, I want to rank my favorite Nightmare on Elm Streets, which I'm only going to say the one that I think is absolutely the worst is
Freddy versus Jason.
Oh, huh?
Freddy versus Jason.
No, that's not even close to being the worst. I know Freddy's Dead's probably my least favorite out of the entire bit. Maybe right below freaking Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
I never seen that one.
Which, like I said,
I got them all for, remember how they were $70-something? I got them for $45. And that's 9 movies. 9 movies.
That's why I'm actually going to do. Actually, I might not even do Freddy versus Jason because I don't count that as a Freddy movie.
It actually is a
Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Well, it is because it goes in the collection.
Yes, but it doesn't go along with the timeline. No, that's the downside to it.
I think Freddy versus Jason is the most ridiculous. Freddy versus Jason should have been just thrown. They should have just thrown that movie right in the garbage.
Which one?
Freddy versus Jason.
That one wasn't that bad. That was actually
so stupid.
It was funny.
Freddy can't versus Jason because Freddy doesn't come unless people are sleeping, and Jason's a ghost.
Yes, but there's also a comic book that basically says, Freddy and Jason team up, which is absolutely the story of that doesn't add up because basically Freddy and Jason take on freaking Ash from the Evil Dead. So basically, what you're seeing is a story that is so inaccurate that it shouldn't even be added in the.
No, they shouldn't have done that. It was just their dumb way of trying to throw a hodgepodge of horror characters together. And they're not even really trying to kill people. They're just trying to kill each other, and they can't die. So it's kind of ridiculous. Jason can't die, and neither can Freddy.
But
so neither of them's going to win.
Sam Raimi basically said he's like, I was not interested in having Ash versus Freddy versus Jason.
Well, the whole thing, it was dumb because they didn't even.
Which I think if they would have done the comic book series, I think they would have been all right. If they would have just left the story alone. But they couldn't leave Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Or Nightmare on Elm Street 3. They couldn't tell the story accurate enough with Nightmare on Elm Street, the reboot.
I think that one, I heard that one's not that good.
That one is okay.
The way they did Freddy's costume.
The story
everybody said Freddy's costume is horrible in that movie.
Oh, absolutely. But that was because they didn't have the same makeup designer. They didn't have the same makeup designer that was doing all the makeup molds for Robert Englund back then either. On that. And I think that's why a lot of people said that was not a good decision from them.
They didn't have the right person doing it.
Making the makeup, which they just kind of made it like, okay, he was burnt, but it wasn't like he was burnt like Freddy burnt.
Yeah, it just wasn't as good.
But story altogether, that one's not that bad. But like I said, I'm gonna be ranking all 9 of these, but I'm gonna see which one's gonna be in my bottom 3, because like I said, I definitely think Freddy versus Jason has to be somewhere in there.
I had an idea for me to do for this channel.
Reboot should be in there, and I definitely agree that Freddy's Dead is absolutely the worst movie in the franchise.
To Make America Great Again rally. Oh God, more COVID outbreaks.
About that. But that being said, Batgirl, do you have anything else you would like to add?
I was thinking about doing I don't know if I'm going to do it for my channel or this channel. I was going to rank my favorite Mariah Carey albums and why.
Why don't you do it on this channel? That way we have a little extra content.
Because I'm going to get another Mariah Carey album. I ordered another one.
Okay.
And as soon as January rolls around, I'm ordering more because more is coming out in January. I'm freaking excited.
And I think
I want to compare. I actually want to compare her singing to other people singing.
Okay, but probably tomorrow I will be doing my latest listens segment on here and what I've been listening to.
That would be a better Twitch video, because then you could actually play music and give people a taste of what you've been listening to.
Well, I'm not much of a cover player, so
no,
that really wouldn't be.
You can play them on Twitch. You can actually play music on Twitch. Yeah. That's why I said that was a good idea.
I'm trying to do something for this. I might actually do it for both.
I think that'd be a better
through OBS.
You know, if we paid for Episodic Breakdown, we could do this and do it on Twitch at the same time.
If we did what?
If we paid $20 a month, we could do this on Twitch and YouTube and a bunch of other sites.
I think we could do it through OBS anyway.
Not to more than one site.
Oh.
If you pay $20, they'll host it to make you stream to several different sites.
Okay.
And they'll take away the watermark.
Okay.
And you can have backgrounds and a whole bunch of other stuff.
Well, that's actually kind of cool that I know
but
that now.
It's expensive. That's why I'm not doing it. I'm not paying $20 to do that. This is fine what we're doing right now. I like it.
But like I said, I'm going to be doing something for this channel.
We'll be doing something new for this channel. I do have a reason why I think people are leaving YouTube and why YouTube is getting ruined. So I think my reasons why I think that's happening so much lately. I just did that this morning, so that's up. I was watching a video this morning, and it inspired me to make my own video talking about it. It kind of makes me sad that there's some YouTubers that left that made me really sad. 2 of my favorite YouTubers are gone now.
Yeah.
Because YouTube was so different back then, and there were so much more acceptable things on YouTube than there is now that's not acceptable, that it ruined people. But they're holding them to a standard for something way back then, and it kind of ruined it. But I go more into detail on that video, so go watch that if you want to know what I said.
So that being said, I've got my new album out on Spotify, Amazon Music, and several other websites, Apple Music.
What's your band's name?
The Black Channel. Go check us out.
The Black Channel, and you'll find them on any of the streaming sites.
Yep. Like I said, if you guys haven't listened to anything that I've released over the last so often, please go check it out. It would be greatly appreciated.
If you like to read but you don't have time to read and you got Amazon, go on there and get a free trial of Audible and get your then you go log into your Audible account with your Amazon login. You use the same login as your Amazon, you can get 2 free credits, and then you can go back and cancel it. And you just tell them that you didn't find what you're looking for, or it was more than you could afford. And they'll just cancel it. And then if you wait long enough, if you wait long enough, you can do another trial. I've done it up to 3 different times to see if you like it. And sometimes you can just go on there and just buy one item if you just want one item. You don't have to join a monthly thing. I just did the free trial to see if I could get the Mariah Carey book because I wanted to listen to it because I could get it for free. But I still want to buy the physical copy eventually.
Which, like I said,
and review it.
I'm actually contemplating doing a video for the Juggalo YouTubers channel that we have on the new Twisted and ICP stuff that just came out.
Yes, I'll have to give you the login for that. But we're going to get off here. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week and weekend. Hit that subscribe button and become a member of the Dead Fam. Hit that bell so you get notified every time. And hit the thumbs up if you like this type of video. And we will see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.
Laters, guys. And have a great night.
Thanks, and make good choices. And we are